Dominik Mysterio's worst nightmare to return to WWE and kick him out of the Judgment Day? Exploring the possibility. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. WWE superstar Dominik Mysterio could be on the verge of trouble. While the Intercontinental Champion is avoiding in-ring competition due to a rib injury, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce will soon have him medically reevaluated for a title match. Interestingly, however, he might face another major problem and be kicked out of the Judgment Day because of Rey Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio hasn't been on good terms with his father on screen for 3 years. The IC champ went from wrestling alongside Rey Mysterio to betraying him at the 2022 Clash at the Castle and calling him a deadbeat dad. While the event marked his debut in the Judgment Day, he is currently in a position where he doesn't have any trustworthy allies. Liv Morgan is out with a shoulder injury, and Roxanne Perez might soon bring Raquel Rodriguez into Finn Balor's corner. After all, the prodigy proved to be a loyal partner for Big Mommy Cool against Ria Ripley at Night of Champions. She also proved that she was a worthy replacement for the Miracle Kid by defending the Women's Tag Team Championship in a fatal 4-way match at Evolution. The final step to isolate Dom would be to bring back his worst nightmare, Rey Mysterio, and kick him out to include the legend in the Judgment Day. The WWE Hall of Famer is currently in the final stage of his career and may retire soon. Additionally, there is a possibility that the company could soon turn Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan into baby faces. Therefore, to achieve this goal, Dirty Dom could be replaced by Rey Mysterio in the heel faction, and then he could face his father in a retirement match later on. While this is a strong possibility, all of this is speculation so far. AJ Styles is desperately waiting for Dominik Mysterio to recover. WWE superstar AJ Styles was scheduled to face Dominik Mysterio at Night of Champions for the Intercontinental Championship. However, the match had to be canceled because Dominic suffered an unexpected injury. While the IC champ is going around flashing his doctor's note, the Phenomenal One isn't staying quiet either. This week on Raw, he was seen dramatically praying to God, asking him to help Mysterio recover and bless him with good health. Before that, he had also left a get-well-soon cake in the Judgment Day clubhouse for Dirty Dom, while also letting him know that he is watching his every move. This has created some entertaining comic relief moments thanks to the personalities of AJ Styles and Dominik Mysterio. It would be interesting to see if the Intercontinental Champion is fit to fight and if he would have to defend his title against Styles at SummerSlam. Ria Ripley makes shocking claim about Dominik Mysterio. The former Women's World Champion was in the Judgment Day faction from 2022 to 2024, of which Mysterio continues to be a part. Ripley and Mysterio were portrayed as a couple within the faction before Liv Morgan entered their lives in April 2024. Morgan stalked Mysterio, displaying affection for him on multiple episodes of WWE Raw. The latter ultimately turned on Ripley at SummerSlam 2024 during her match against Morgan for the women's title, which also resulted in her disbandment from the faction. Dominic, meanwhile, has entered his 20th year with the Stamford-based company, having made his presence felt first in 2005 during a storyline involving his father, Rey Mysterio, and Eddie Guerrero. Recently, Ria Ripley was asked about any advice she had received during her time with Mysterio. The betrayal still fresh in her mind, the Eradicator flat out refused to recollect any past with him. You know what's funny? I don't recall that name at all. Are you sure he's been working here for 20 years? Dominik Mysterio, not Rey Mysterio. Like actual Dominic, because honestly, I don't know who that is. I don't think there's anything, so I don't know who this man is, to be completely honest with you. I do not recall knowing him in my past or present, or even the future, to be honest. So I don't know any advice that he's given me. Sorry, baffles me. Really. Ria Ripley had her chance of winning the World Championship for the 3rd time snatched at WWE Evolution. Mommy faced Io Sky for the Women's World Championship at the All-Women's PLE on July 13th. The match that saw incredible action ended with Naomi cashing her Money in the Bank briefcase and pinning Sky to win the title, leaving Ripley aghast. On the July 14th Raw episode, General Manager Adam Pearce announced a triple threat match between Ripley, Sky, and Naomi at the greatest party of the summer. Being the same PLE that saw Ripley get betrayed by Mysterio last year, it will be interesting to see how focused she is during the August show. Liv Morgan breaks online silence to defend Dominik Mysterio. Liv Morgan sent a fiery message today on social media to reiterate her relationship with WWE Raw star Dominik Mysterio. The Judgment Day member is the reigning Intercontinental Champion and is currently involved in a rivalry with AJ Styles. WWE shared a video today featuring stars such as CM Punk and Rhea Ripley discussing Dominik Mysterio's time in the company. During the video, Punk claimed that the Intercontinental Champion was unable to read, and Ripley joked that she was unaware of who he was. Mysterio reacted to the video with a gif of a disappointed Gordon Ramsay, and Liv Morgan responded to his message. She shared a GIF from the classic Adam Sandler film The Waterboy, humorously suggesting that she would go after everyone who said anything bad about her storyline boyfriend. You can check out Morgan's hilarious post by clicking here. Liv Morgan confronted Nikki Bella last month on Raw and hit the former Divas champion with an oblivion. Unfortunately, the 31-year-old suffered a shoulder injury during her match against Kairi Sane on June 16th, and will be out of action for the foreseeable future. Vince Russo pitches new WWE role for Liv Morgan. Vince Russo recently pitched a new role for Liv Morgan on WWE television while she recovered from her injury. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Writing with Russo show, the legend suggested that Morgan could become the commissioner while she was unable to compete in the ring. Russo noted that the company should give her something to do on television instead of sending her home for several months to recover. Bro, I swear, if I was her, I would bring her back and work it out in such a way where she's either got something over Pierce's head or Aldous' head, and now all of a sudden she's like commissioner of the women's division or something like that. She needs to have a role on TV, bro. They cannot sit her home for 4 months. 141-207. Dominik Mysterio was supposed to defend the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles at WWE Night of Champions last month, but the match was postponed. The 28-year-old captured the title at WrestleMania 41 by pinning his Judgment Day stablemate, Finn Balor, in a fatal four-way match. Rhea Ripley does not remember former Judgment Day teammate Rhea. Ripley claims she does not know who Dominik Mysterio is. The two were peas of a pod in the early days of the Judgment Day. It was implied on WWE TV that they were seeing each other. But now that it has been a year since they broke things off, it seems Ripley has no memory of Dirty Dom. Or rather, she does not want to relive those days. Rhea Ripley refuses to remember WWE star Dominik Mysterio's best advice to her. WWE went around asking several of its talents what they learned from Dominik Mysterio, who celebrates 20 years at the sports entertainment capital. The Intercontinental Champion's fellow Judgment Day stablemates, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Raquel Rodriguez, had positive things to say about him. Even the group's former member, Damian Priest, credited him for teaching about watches, and Louis Vuitton bags. CM Punk and Rhea Ripley, on the other hand, took digs at Mysterio. The best in the world sarcastically remarked that he learned about being a good brother from Dom, as WWE showed a clip of the young star throwing water at his sister on the grandest stage 2 years ago. When Rhea Ripley was asked about Mysterio, she claimed to have no recollection of who he is. Dominik Mysterio? Not Rey Mysterio? I don't know who that is. He must be good if he's been here in WWE for 20 years. But honestly, he can't be that good because I've never heard of him. I don't think there is anything because I don't know who this man is, to be honest, claimed Ripley. I do not recall knowing him in my past, the present, or even the future, so I don't know any advice he has given me. Sorry, it baffles me, really, she concluded. On Raw, Mysterio has been dodging a title defense against AJ Styles. They were scheduled to square off at Night of Champions a few weeks ago, but the bout got pulled at the last minute owing to Mysterio's supposed injury. It remains to be seen when the Phenomenal One gets his shot.